Hey everybody, welcome to Review Time with I Slip on My Slip, and today we are going to take a look at the G.I. Joe Transformers collaboration Autobot Kup Triple T. This is the box you get. It's a pretty nice box. It's got all the things you're going to get. It's actually a sleeve, it's not even the box. The actual box is in here. So this is the actual box you get, and inside you get your goodies. Let me show you what the goodies are. Sorry, I'm a little out of sorts. So in the box you get your two figures. You get Leatherneck. For some reason I remember him being different, but hey, they're both carded. They've got their bios and all that stuff. He's just gonna stay in the card. I don't really care about that guy. This guy, however, Sergeant Slaughter. I've always wanted a Sergeant Slaughter since I was a kid. I loved G.I. Joe as a kid. So, yeah, Sergeant Slaughter, who apparently really wasn't in the real military, but you know, wrestling gimmick. I'm not gonna knock it. You also get, obviously, your instruction booklet. I don't know where I put it. You get an instruction booklet, and you get your Triple T Kup, which you actually get them in Kup mode. You don't get them in vehicle mode. So here's the Triple T. I'm pretty sure this is exactly what it looked like. From what I understand, the G.I. Joe team, the makers, the team that makes G.I. Joes made this. So vehicle mode for the Joe team comes first. Robot mode comes second. So it comes with removable guns, removable missiles, you also have this spot here that you can open up, and it has a little computer area. So there's that. It says USA across the top. This is the G.I. Joe version. Action Force would probably say Action Force on it, but I don't think they're going to make an Action Force version. And then you got KDP 31586. Don't know what that means. United States on it. And Sergeant Slaughter's name, because I guess this was his vehicle. So, speaking of Slaughter, let's take a quick look at Slaughter. Can we focus? Are we too far away? Are we not far enough away? There we go. So he looks pretty nice. He's got a little whistle. He's got his riding crop that the military commanders in movies seem to have for some reason. I'm guessing somebody watched MASH and saw Sherman Potter with his riding crop, because he had a horse, so of course he had a riding crop, and figured that all leaders in the military had a riding crop, because this doesn't make any sense. So yeah, you get a little stand, and he's got all the articulation the classic Joes had. I think though that's new. I don't remember them having covers, screw covers or cap covers or whatever. I'm pretty sure that would have been silver for the original, but he's got rotation just below the biceps. Arms go in and out, rotate 360. No wrist. Elbow is 45 degrees. Head is on like that new ball. Well, I don't say new. It was new at the time. This was amazing at the time. That and having a swivel like this was amazing at the time. And G.I. Joe's having muscular bulges in their arms. Like, that was new too. When I was a kid, when Slaughter came out, that was brand new, because the other Joes all had straight arms. So, and I remember when they didn't even have this rotation here. It was just this, and this. So you have that. He's got the rubber band O-ring thing, and you get a lot of flexibility there. You can force the legs to be as a Van Damme, but you run the risk of breaking the, what do you call it? The rubber band that's holding the. So the rubber band holds, it goes through this whole thing, and it actually connects to the T-bar for the legs up into the middle of the chest here. This piece here, the crotch piece, isn't really connected to anything. It just kind of floats there. So I know this because I've taken these things apart to fix them. Legs, you have a bit of motion there, and they bend at the knee, and that's about it. Again, you get this little stand that makes them guys stand pretty good. You know, you can have them do front kicks if you want to, sure. You can also, there's pegs on the triple T, so you can have them on the side of the triple T if you want to, if somebody else was in there, or you can have it as he's in a pose where he's getting into the triple T. There are pegs in the back here for the figures, so you can stand two figures, but they'll be basically on top of each other. We're not going to do that right now, but so you can have Sergeant Slaughter working on the little computer in the back if that's what you want him to do, or you can have him looking at it like he doesn't know what's going on and he's about to smash it. And you can have him sit inside the triple T, and he can grab this little stick, and that's the driving mechanism, and there you go. Yo Joe. So yeah, that's actually pretty neat. This is my first G.I. Joe collaboration crossover. I wanted some of the other ones, but this is the first one I felt like I needed to have. I mean, the little tank here looks cool. It looks good. It does. I mean, it's not my favorite tank mode. That would be, you know, Cobra Hiss tank would be my favorite tank mode, but it looks nice. Really, the robot mode for Kup and Sergeant Slaughter is the reason why I got this. Those are the two only reasons. I don't care about Leatherneck. You can stay over there. I do have another crossover figure from a long time ago. How about that time that G.I. Joe and Street Fighter crossed over? You guess it. I got Lieutenant. Well, let's see. I think he was Colonel Guile at the time. Now he's Lieutenant. Either which way, I think he outranks Sergeant Slaughter. So, you know. But, I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. Street Fighter, G.I. Joe, and Transformers together in one picture. That is freaking awesome. So, for some reason, the pegs don't... his feet don't stay very well with the pegs. Like, they don't... I don't know. They don't work on his feet very well. Even though he's a G.I. Joe figure. Go figure. So, anyway. Get him out. Now... I mean, I like the weapons here. They look okay. But for the robot mode, I have this old MechTech weapon. It's not the one that I wanted, but this is the one I found, which I'll be using. And you can actually, there's a little space under here that you can wedge this in, and it actually holds fairly well. So you can have it at the front of the vehicle if you want to. You know, you can do that. So you've got storage for your. So you can use extra weapons because his hands have a 5mm port. I wonder. I'm curious. No, I was wondering if the G.I. Joe ports on the back of their bodies were 5mm ports, but they're not. But anyway, we are ready to focus. Thank you. We are ready to get this guy transformed. When I have this guy in this vehicle mode, for Sergeant Slaughter, I just tuck his little thing in there sideways, and then I sit Slaughter and it hides it very well, and then you go like that when you want to take it out and you want to use Slaughter by himself. So I think that's pretty neat. Let's, before I do that, I'm just curious. Oh yeah, his feet work with the pegs on this, but for some reason I have a hard time getting the pegs over here to work, and I don't. Oh, there we go. I just wasn't pushing down far enough. So yeah, you can do that. And transformation time. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take all of this stuff off. You need to take it off because you can't. It doesn't work if you have it on. So we're going to split this apart a little bit like this. That loosens the front up. And I may not be going in the direction of the directions. I don't care. So we're gonna rotate this around like so, and then these pieces flip in. We're gonna leave that like that. So next we are going to make sure that this is all unpegged here. Unpeg this part here, and then we're going to bring these pieces around. And before we do that, take the front of the treads here, and we're going to slide them down like this, out, down, and over. And you want it to be like this, so that's exposed. Then you're going to take this part, rotate it down, and rotate this like so, and it will kind of clip into place. There's a little rectangular peg that'll go into this slot right there. So once you do that, you're good. These pieces here will just flip over like that. No, actually, just put them to the side like that. Yeah, flip these up, flip these up, and now you've got your feet pretty much done. And then we're gonna work on this part here. So we are going to, what are we going to do? Now work on this part here. So we got to get these bits out of the way. So we will unpeg them from the arms. The arms peg, again, rectangular port goes into that little slot there. Plug goes into that slot, I should say. Bring these out, and you're going to let's see what we're going to do. Nope, I unplugged it. I did that wrong. These are supposed to come up like this, and we'll leave that like that for now. We'll figure out everything else in a minute. Take these bits, bring them out. Don't clip them in or anything, just bring them out, because we have to go ahead and get this piece open, and this piece here open as well. Come on, there we go. Pull this out like so, push that under there. The arms, you're going to clip them up there, and then you can go ahead and take this piece here, and that's going to accordion in like so. And then this piece here will accordion, and these rectangular pieces here will go into those slots there. So let's see. Yeah, like that. And those will go in there, and that will lock those pieces in. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Okay. Then we'll take the arms and just orient them the proper way, which is this way, and then rotate the wrists. Extend the wrist, rotate, and that one is in the right orientation. So we are almost done. We just got to get this part here the way it's supposed to be. So flip that around like that, and then bring it up, and it'll just kind of click in on the side here. So rotate this piece. How do we do it? This way? Yeah. Rotate it around that way, and then bring it up. And I think we are just about done. Make sure you get everything clipped back in again that came out, and then flip this little stick around to the other side. And yeah, that's Kup in his robot mode. I feel like you aren't the way you're supposed to be. There we go. Okay. Now it is the way it's supposed to be. Okay. There we go. Now it's the way it's supposed to be. Sorry about that, guys. And these bits here are... There we go. So here's Kup for you. I'll put his weapons and stuff on, but before we do that, let's go over articulation. His head rotates left and right. He can look down because of that transformation back. He can look way down. He's not going to see anything because his chest comes out too far, but and then he can look slightly up. I'm guessing if you lift this up, you can get him to look. Nope, he only looks that far up. So his arms rotate. They'd be a 360 if it wasn't for these back panels here. They go in and out. They rotate just above the elbow. You get about 90 degrees in both directions. And his wrists rotate, but there's no finger articulation. Waist ratcheted and does a 360. Legs are right. There's a lot of ratchets on this guy. I like it. Legs go forward all the way. They go back about that far before all that stuff starts hitting. If you bend his knee down the wrong way, you can get a full back. He can do the splits pretty much. He gets a 90-degree single knee, and you can reverse his. You can give him a digigrade look if you want to. That's up to you. Feet. The toes move for transformation, but the feet do not go forward and back. However, he does have ankle tiltage, so you can get him. Oh, and also I forgot about the thighs. He's got thighs, so you can get him in dynamic poses if you want to. You know, I mean, he's a little stocky, so there's only so many dynamic poses you can get him into, but you can get him into dynamic poses. Now on the box, his treads here, they're actually further in, so you know. But if you don't like the tread look, his treads pop up really easily, so you can just pull them off and put them to the side if you want to, and just have that look if you don't mind parts forming. I don't mind parts forming, but I don't like having parts left over either, so I'm just going to go ahead and put his treads back on. I think I'm putting them on the right way. Okay, there we go. So, yeah. And now you got all of this stuff here, and he can hold the guns in his hand. On the picture, he's holding the guns, but he's holding it up closer to here. But because of the way they are, it goes like that. You can do that. These go on these pegs here on the back, on the treads that are over behind the shoulders. You just kind of slot on there. 1 and 2. I don't have my glasses on. I have my glasses on my forehead. I'm so stupid. But yeah, and then you can take these if you don't want to have them holding the guns. You can put them. There are peg holes here where you can put them, so he can have them back there if you want to. You can also put a G.I. Joe on his back if you want to. Totally up to you. It's the gimmick of the line. You have to take those off. And it looks like there's a trailer hitch for something. I don't know what, because I don't remember this toy. I remember Sergeant Slaughter, but I don't remember the toy. But you can still utilize that and put G.I. Joes on his back. Okay, here's one, and sure, why not? Let's do 2. Sergeant Slaughter, unfortunately, is the inside spoon because he is outranked by the Street Fighter. But you can do that if you want to. I don't know. I mean, it feels weird to have them on the back like they control them, but, you know. I mean, hey, we got Target Masters and stuff. We got Target Masters and Headmasters, so let's not let's not pretend that they don't have Transformers being controlled or at least being influenced by human beings. And then here is Sergeant Slaughter next to Kup. Is he Sergeant Kup here? Autobot Kup. So no, he's Sergeant Kup for like the Transformers line. And you know, sure, why not? Let's oh, size comparisons. I should do that. Give me a second. So here he is next to Studio Series Grimlock, and you can see he towers over Grimlock. That's not right. Grimlock should have been a lot bigger. This is what Leader Class used to be. What you see here with Kup, that was Leader Class. It was big. It had a lot of plastic on it. That was Leader, and for good reason. Not like this, which this is Leader nowadays. This is not the Studio 86. This is the Leader, but technically Voyager sized Optimus Prime from, was it Earthrise? So you can see, and here is next to I think that's Earthrise Bumblebee. So you can see how big he is. Our Earthrise Bumblebee is actually shorter than Sergeant Slaughter is. That's hilarious. So I was gonna say core class, but that's not core class. That's deluxe size. Even though it's core class, it's the same size as a core class. But hey, whatever. We're not talking about them. We're talking about this figure, and this figure is awesome. I like him. I like him. He harkens back to my childhood. And the Kup mode, the robot mode, looks great. It's chunky, but it doesn't. It feels fairly substantial. It doesn't have a lot in the way of hollowness, like this slight hollowness, but not really. Like if you look, it's not, the hollowness isn't even that deep. It's not like the whole leg is hollow, you know. Actually, he doesn't really look like he's hollow. Like he's got hollow bits. Everything is filled in. So he's got nice ratchets. He stands pretty well. He looks good. His face is a little weird, and the green bothers me just a wee bit. I know in some media depictions he's like a greenish gray kind of color, but his toy was like a light blue color. So in my mind, Kup is always kind of a kind of blue. So, but I mean, it doesn't look bad at all. It doesn't look bad, and it's just another Kup. How many Kups do I have? I don't know. I have a few of them though. But this one is awesome. Oh, I forgot to show. You can take, if you're not happy with it holding those little pistols, you can take, if you have other weapons that aren't being used, you can have him hold this gun, and he's got a bigger pistol. A little too greebly for my, you know, the gun I wanted to get was a little bit smoother and fit better. But and then this, I don't know what I did that broke it, but now it locks out so you can make a big, you know, bigger cannon-sized gun. I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, you know, maybe color it black and call it a day. But yeah, that's my look at this figure. I love this figure. I'm glad I picked up this figure. I saw it. I got it from a GameStop. I saw it at the GameStop, and I was like, I gotta pick it up. This one is a keeper. I've got the His Tank Megatron coming. It was a Black Friday sale for like $40 something. I want the Baroness, and I want a His Tank, and I don't mind Megatron turning into a His Tank, because in the Transformers series, he saw His Tank and had Cobra modify him so that he would turn into a tank, and that's how they explained Tank Megatron back in the day, in the comic books anyway. But yeah, this guy is cool. These two guys are cool. Leatherneck is alright. I'm not going to take him out of the packaging though. Probably. He's probably going to stay, because I don't care about Leatherneck. In my mind, these guys are pretty much a must-have. I'm glad I picked them up. I hope they do more like this, to this quality. I'm not sure why they went with Kup, though, to be honest, because they went with They went with 3 season 1 characters, and then they jumped to a season 3 character. So I don't know, but it's still great. I love it. That said, I'm Iced Up. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope my ramblings weren't too crazy. And that's it. I'm done. Ciao. He looks like he's ready to do like the crane kick. Just put the leg up, or like he's getting ready to dangle son. Okay, sorry.